Hello and welcome. This is Freewill Tarot. This reading is going to be for the sign of Pisces. Hello, Pisces. You have two messages here from Spirit. I'm going to read you those two messages and then we're going to jump into the tarot portion of your reading, okay? So the first message, you actually have three, and I'm going to try to squeeze in the three because I think it's important that you hear all three. Because I feel like you need to hear this, right, Pisces? So the first message you have is hope. Okay, Pisces, it says, believing in better days lift your spirit, okay? Optimism fuels your emotional resilience. Find one thing to look forward to today. Focus on what brings you light. So they want you to focus on something that makes you feel better, something that you can look forward to towards the future, something that helps bring in light into your life instead of something of lack or something that you don't have or something that you missed or something that you wished you had. They want you to try to change that and look at something in a different perspective here, okay, Pisces? You also have awareness. It says recognizing your patterns give you the power to change them. Self-awareness leads to mastery. Observe your thoughts today. Which ones support your desires and which ones limit you, Pisces, okay? So I want you to kind of be more self-aware and think about how it is that how you see yourself, how you're talking to yourself, even in your mind, even if you don't speak it out loud. Just, if you could be a little more self-aware and hear when you say or have self-doubt in yourself, right? It's normal for a lot of us to doubt ourselves. I always said that we are our own biggest critic. But you have to watch that, right? Because sometimes we can bring those things into fruition, or we can make it bigger than what it is. We tell ourselves the most negative things about ourselves that traps us, right? Or it can create certain illusions in our life, right? Because this is why I said I wanted to read all three of these. Usually it's two, but you got three. It is just reflection, okay? So you have like the self-reflection card here, Pisces. So I really feel like some of you are kind of telling yourself a lot of negative things or talking to yourself in a negative way or thinking negatively about yourself, right? Or doubting yourself or just thinking badly about yourself or a situation, okay? It says deep introspection is needed, Pisces. The answers lie in understanding your past and your present. Take time to journal, meditate, or analyze your patterns in your own life. Use that as insight and clarity. So what choices in the past have you made? Okay? They want you to kind of go back over your life and think about, again, how you talk to yourself, what kind of thoughts you have in your head, what are some of the choices you made in your life, and then ask yourself, why did you make them? Because once you get clear on that, you can start making better decisions to move ahead in your life. If you are feeling a little bit stuck or unsatisfied in your life, or some of you could be feeling a little hopeless in your life, maybe when it comes to some of your choices, or maybe it comes to a particular relationship in your life. I feel like some of you are feeling like not too positive about it, and some of you, I feel like, are blaming yourself or just blaming a situation. So let's jump right into the tarot portion of the reading, okay? And you are in the energy of the number 2, so keep that in mind. You have a Temperance card here in the tarot, right? Temperance is talking about balancing here, okay? Balancing out our energies, our emotions. It's a healing card here, but it's like, usually in the Temperance has 1 foot in the water, which is our emotions, and 1 foot on earth, which is being stable. But it's like blending out these energies here, right? You also have the partnership card. So again, some of you could be dealing with a relationship or a partnership. It doesn't have to be a romantic one. It could be a friendship, because we can even see our friends as soulmates, a cousin, a family member. It doesn't matter. Like, it's a kindred spirit. Or it could just be a partnership here. But I'm going to be honest with you. What I'm getting from this, for some of you, is that you need to walk away from it. Okay? So it's something about it that needs to be, either you could blend it together, either some of you can do that, and if not, some of you need to find a way to let it go, right? blend out your energies, like two becomes one. If you can't do that, I feel like some of you need to walk away and let this relationship go. It's going to be different for all of you. You will know where you find yourself. Your intuition will tell you if it's time for you to walk away from something. Your ego and your mind will sit there and tell you to stay in something. You also have the energy. So look up the energy of the number 2 and the energy of the number 8, okay? Pisces, because you got both of them real strong in this reading. So 2 and 8. Spirit wants to remind you as you are going to, you need to end something or walk away from something that no longer supports your growth. Something that where you are looking at yourself negatively or makes you feel unseen or unloved or making it is a real indication you need to look at yourself and trust yourself, believe in yourself, and put an end to things that you need to end, okay? You have the Hangman card here, Pisces, and I'm going to read this to you. It says, sometimes stagnation is not internal. Uh, is not internal. It is circumstantial. But what are you afraid to release? So, again, like I said, and you have that with the Death card, it's something that you're holding on to, and I believe some of you it's a belief, it's a fear. If you walk away from something or if you let something go, you'll never get it back again. I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like a lot of you, when it comes to a relationship, you say a lot of negative stuff about yourself, maybe internally, like you blame yourself for the situations that could happen in relationships, or you blame or think you're not good enough, or it's something to that effect. And some of you are afraid to walk away from something, right? You're afraid to let something go, and it's out of fear. Um, it says growth is calling, but you may be resisting change due to fear or attachment. See, you can't make this up. See, I just felt like that. Like you're needing to let something go, Pisces, but you're afraid to do that. A lot of you are being called or will be called to take a leadership role in your life, or a leadership role, period, whether you could be talking to someone, having a platform on YouTube or any kind of TikTok, whatever. And it requires you to reflect on who you are, to not be afraid of who you are, not to talk down on who you are, and to embrace that, because you are magnetic. Okay, it says that you are magnetic here, Pisces. What they're needing you to do, it says a real leader leads with integrity. It says set the standard through calm, principled leadership and sound judgment. So let's say for some of you that are trying to, you maybe start a project or be on a platform or being in a place of influence, they need you to lead with integrity. Um, and they also need you to be calm and have sound judgment. That's balancing out your emotions and being stable in your emotions, being grounded. Now, if it's not that, it's in the relationship sector, they need you to kind of step up and get rooted and grounded. Take action here and move with integrity, right? Don't just hold on to something out of desperation or fear, or a lack of belief in yourself or something like that. They need you to have integrity in yourself and believe in yourself and take action and do what you know is right. And sometimes doing what is right is kind of letting something go, or being the bigger person to kind of not just keep going down certain patterns and doing the same things. It's finally walking away and going in a new direction into the unknown here with the moon. And being the first one to be honest about that and saying this is not working, or this is not, I'm moving away, or I'm letting this go, or I'm setting up something new. Because that, when you do that, that also frees that person, right? They can't, it's over, it's done, right? But a lot of you're limiting yourself. But it's a big call for you to heal here, Pisces. So if some of you've been hurting or feeling like that, they want you to go inward. They want you to do some self-reflection, self-awareness. Allow yourself to heal so you can move forward here, to let something go, to free yourself, and to move forward here. Don't strap yourself to a particular relationship or a certain ideology out of fear of thinking you won't ever get it again, or you're not good enough. That's what I'm feeling like a lot of you. I feel like a lot of you talk down to yourself or get really depressed about certain things when it comes to yourself, and you shouldn't. All right. It says, trapped by negative thoughts, you feel powerless to change your circumstances. Can't make it up, okay? That's what I'm getting here. And I feel like you are staying with something, or you're afraid to let go of something because you're afraid that you can't get something better, or you're afraid that, it's just like I feel like you talk negatively or bad to yourself, Pisces, for whatever reason. But those are illusions. It's not true, because Spirit says you're a magnetic energy that attracts admirations and opportunities. Step into your power, okay? And you could, those thoughts and illusions that you're telling yourself are just that. They're illusions. Okay, Pisces, I'm going to read this to you. It says, things are not as they appear. Subconscious patterns and hidden emotions may be at play. Remember when you had that other card telling you about reflection? Okay, that's why they're telling you that. I'm going to read that to you again. Deep introspection is needed. The answers lie in understanding your past and your present, okay? And you have the awareness card. Recognizing your patterns gives you the power to change them. Self-awareness leads to mastery, okay? That's what I'm getting for you, Pisces. So don't beat yourself up. You need to find strength to walk away from something. Now, if it's not a person, it's just walking away from illusions of self-doubt and believing that you're not a perfect or good human being, or you know, thinking you can't achieve certain things, thinking you're not good enough, or always saying I always do this, or this always happens to me, or I'm a horrible person, nothing goes my way, or I can't do anything right, or why I can't get anybody to love me, or if this person, you know, I'll never get somebody this good again. I don't know what you're telling yourself, blaming yourself for, but stop it. It ain't true, okay? Go in, look at yourself, be clear with yourself, remember what is great about you. Believing in a better day lifts your spirit. Look forward to the future, because I'm looking at good things and new opportunities are happening for you. Okay, release what no longer serves you. And definitely, if you are one of those people being depressed and doubting yourself and blaming yourself for everything, stop. It's not true. It's not true, okay? That's just in your head. You are not. You are a special divine being of light. I'm here to tell you that. I ain't never met you, and I'm telling you that. And I ain't got no business lying, because I don't lie. I ain't got time to lie. They don't even pay. Ain't nobody pay me to lie. All right? I love you, Pisces. And please, release what no longer serves you, even if it's a habit, a belief, people, places, or things that are not for your well-being, that put you in a state of feeling like you're not good enough or you're not worthy. If you find yourself feeling like that with anybody or anything, that is your answer to telling you now it's time to release that, because that is not the way, okay? Thank you. I love you, and bye for now.